So I'm playing Heart&Slash, which is a Heartful of Games' first game. It was kickstarted through Kickstarter, as you would expect. It's a 3D brawler crossed with a roguelike. It's procedurally generated, so like you'll see similar rooms, but the layout of the rooms will be different each time you play through it, and the enemies that you'll fight in it will be different every time. So it's not really about a plot exactly, it's more about the gameplay and playing through it repeatedly. The basic premise is that man has built robots, and then 100 years later the robots have basically wiped out humanity, and you play the one good robot left who can stop the big bad robot that's in charge. And so you sort of fight your way through a couple of levels, defeating a couple of bosses on the way to take out the quality assurance. It's called like Quasi, but it's meant to be like the quality assurance robot. So it's got quite fast-paced combat. It's a little bit button mashy because it's only got light and heavy attacks, and weapons will have a couple of combos, but it'll be like 1 light, 1 heavy, 2 light, 1 heavy sort of combos. There's not a lot of depth to each specific weapon, but there are a lot of them. You only start out with a few different weapons that you'll come across. So there'll be points in certain rooms that let you pick up weapons, and some body pieces as well, like you can like swap out the head, arms, body and legs of your little robot. So yeah, you'll come across these points in different rooms, and there will only be a few of them at the start, but as you unlock achievements for things like killing, say, 10 of the small robots, killing 25 hovering robots, jumping 1,000 times and stuff like that, as you do that, each achievement is linked to a specific item, so like a weapon or a body part. So the more you play, the more you're given to play with. So it rewards playing through it and playing through it again and again and again. So pretty much every time it's going to be something new. Whenever you kill an enemy, they do drop XP, and as you stock it up, you get upgrade points for, I think it's like 10 bits of XP. So, and you can then trade these upgrade points to upgrade your weapons and your body pieces and your robot himself. So that's things like his health or his movement speed, or how fast he can, I think it's how frequently he can dodge, how high you can jump, and just, yeah. But with like weapons, it's your basic like attack damage and attack speed. There's also a system linked to refilling your health. So if you come across a piece and you're thinking, oh no, I've already got a set of weapons that I like, I don't want this new weapon. If you're low on health, you can actually recycle different parts to get some health back. On the fly as well, you can go into the pause menu and trade in any of your currently equipped items to recycle, and the more you've upgraded it, the more hearts you'll get for it. So there's a bit of a trade-off there. That does mean that if you're in like a boss battle and you're running low on health, you don't think you're going to be able to do it, you have to decide whether or not you want to trade in one of your weapons or just try and survive on the last little bit of health. Negatives, there's only a couple. I didn't like the fact that there isn't a lock-on for attacking enemies, which I didn't like at the start, and I spent a lot of the time trying to get used to actually being able to hit the enemies, but after a while I kind of got used to it. You have to point the robot in the direction that you want to attack, which sort of makes sense, but it takes a little while to get used to. But then the camera is also a little bit fiddly as well, like sometimes it moves on its own and it doesn't quite sit where you want it to, and if you're taking the time to move the camera, you're taking control away from actually hitting things. It can also be quite unpredictable at times. It will randomly move without you pushing the stick. Quite often I found it would just come plummeting into the ground and get stuck on walls and stuff, which doesn't really make sense. Another negative, I guess, is actually the bosses. There's only a few of them in the game, and I found them to be quite disappointing. I got almost completely wiped out the first time I came across the first boss on one of my early runs, but then after that, once I sort of worked out that the moves are very, very clearly telegraphed, it became far, far easier to get past them. On my final run through the game, I defeated 3 bosses that I'd never come across before. 2 of them without ever taking a hit, which isn't great. It's not great. Anything else? I will say that the soundtrack is absolutely brilliant. Quite an upbeat, funky sort of thing. It's the sort of thing that I do like. I do enjoy listening to that sort of stuff. I would totally recommend this game to anyone who's into roguelikes and or brawlers, because I think it does very good things with influences from both genres. So yeah, check it out, Heart&Slash. I've been Tom at B Tier Podcast, and thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.